Thank you again for joining me in this video where I inspire you, where I share information that will challenge you, information that will make you continue um, living and engaging yourself and enjoying this particular life. Today I'm going to talk about isolation. What comes to your mind when you hear the word isolation? I think what comes to your mind at the moment is because of coronavirus, the aspect of isolation where people are taken aside or someone is taken aside because they've been infected with the virus. Isolation is not a good situation. It's not a good experience when you're isolated. When that particular sick person is isolated, they stay alone for some time until they recover and then they're allowed to join the other people. Being in isolation is not easy. It is a lonely place. It is a time when you feel like you're really out of in touch with any other person. So it is not a good experience, as we can be able to say. It can be a bit devastating, but it is good for that sick person so that they can be able to recover. Now, in isolation, you can also be able to learn good things. During isolation is a time of reflection. That is a time now you think about your life. You think about your goals. You think about your health. So, as much as we're talking about isolation, it can also be a good opportunity for you to reflect about your life. Reflect on things that you feel you need to change in your life. It's a time of reflection. And so, if you're isolated for any other thing, you can take that time to reflect on your life and many other things. Now, during isolation, it's a good time to connect with yourself personally. It is a time now to engage with yourself. It is that time, your you time. You know, sometimes in this life, and especially during our times, we are so busy. You wake up in the morning, you engage with your work, your business, and you do not get time just to listen to yourself. Sometimes just get alone, isolate yourself, and listen to the way the birds are singing. Listen to the wind blowing. Listen even to your blood flowing in your veins, even your heart beating. And so when during that moment of isolation, that is the moment when you have your you time or my me time, and you're able to have time with yourself, thinking about yourself. That's a good time for you to have time with yourself. Now, during isolation is a time also to be with your Creator. It is a good time to pray. It's a good time to connect with your Maker. So isolation is really good. You can take it positively or negatively. And I want to encourage us. Sometimes it's good to isolate yourself. Because when you isolate yourself, you're able to learn those few things that I'm really mentioning in this video that I'm sharing with you today. During isolation, use it for your advantage. Use it for your advantage. Strategize about your life. During that moment, just think about your life. Think about the goals that you have. Think about the plans that you have. Think about the achievements that you have not achieved. And come up with a very good plan. Remember, you do not need to isolate yourself because you're sick. No, you can isolate yourself just to have a time with yourself. And during that particular time, you take advantage of that particular time when you close yourself in, and then you're able to strategize, think about your life, and even be able to take advantage of that time of being with yourself. So that time is very much important. Isolate yourself from evil, from bad companies, from bad habits, from bad influence. Sometimes it's good to isolate yourself from such, because sometimes we hang around with bad companies, bad people, we engage ourselves with bad habits. Isolation is good for you at this particular time. And when you come back, you'll find you have learned a lot, you have refreshed yourself. During isolation is a good time even to read books, to watch that movie that you have loved. It's a good time just to rejuvenate yourself. Just take time and read that book that you've wanted to read. Take time even to write books. Take time to sing. Take time to compose. It's a good time. Isolation is not necessarily so bad. But again, isolation, according to me, should not be for quite a long time. Because the way we are created to be social human beings. You need to socialize with other people. You need to connect with other people. So even as you isolate yourself, it should not be quite for a long time. Ensure that you engage with people, interact with people, because you need me, I need you. Interact with people, share with your people your experiences, learn from each other, laugh, encourage one another, and even enjoy this particular life that we have. So remember to isolate yourself from evil, from bad company, and even make sure that during that particular isolation, you are able to get more energy. You are able to be strengthened so that you can be able to even be a better person. It is time to isolate yourself. Not because you're sick, but the time to reflect and even think about what lies ahead of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like more content like this video, subscribe so that you can be able to get more videos like this. Thank you so much.